The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood, a simplified summary. Chapter 1. Robin Hood becomes an outlaw. Robin Hood was once a young and skilled archer living in Nottinghamshire, England. One day, he gets into a dispute with some of the Sheriff of Nottingham's men. In self-defense, Robin accidentally kills one of them. Realizing he is now a wanted man, Robin flees into Sherwood Forest, where he becomes an outlaw. In the forest, Robin decides to live a life of adventure. He forms a band of merry men, all skilled archers and fighters, who also have grievances against the authorities. They vow to rob from the rich and give to the poor, fighting against the corrupt Sheriff of Nottingham and his oppressive rule. Chapter 2. Meeting Little John. One day, while wandering through the forest, Robin encounters a tall and strong man named John Little. They have a friendly fight with quarterstaffs on a narrow bridge, and although John wins, he is so impressed by Robin's bravery that he agrees to join his band. Robin humorously renames him Little John, and they become close friends. Little John quickly becomes one of Robin Hood's most trusted companions, known for his strength, loyalty, and good humor. Chapter 3. The Merry Men. Robin Hood's band grows as more men join him in Sherwood Forest. Among them are Will Scarlet, Robin's dashing and brave cousin, Much the Miller's son, who is skilled with a bow, and Friar Tuck, a jovial and strong-willed monk who is also an excellent fighter. Together, they become known as Robin Hood's Merry Men. The Merry Men live a carefree life in the forest, feasting on the food they take from the rich and helping those in need. They often play tricks on the Sheriff of Nottingham, who is always trying but failing to capture Robin and his band. Chapter 4. The Sheriff's Defeat. The Sheriff of Nottingham becomes increasingly frustrated with his inability to catch Robin Hood. He tries various schemes, such as holding an archery contest to lure Robin into a trap, but Robin is too clever for him. Disguised as a beggar, a butcher, or a monk, Robin outwits the sheriff time and again. In one famous adventure, Robin disguises himself as a potter and tricks the sheriff into inviting him to his home. Once inside, Robin reveals his true identity, and the sheriff is forced to flee as Robin and his men take the sheriff's wealth and distribute it to the poor. Chapter 5. Rescuing Maid Marian. Maid Marian is Robin Hood's true love. She is a beautiful and brave noblewoman who loves Robin for his courage and sense of justice. However, her uncle, the Sheriff of Nottingham, disapproves of their relationship and tries to keep them apart. When the sheriff imprisons Marian in his castle, Robin and his merry men devise a daring plan to rescue her. Disguised as minstrels, they sneak into the castle, overpower the guards, and free Marian. She joins Robin in Sherwood Forest, where they live happily together. Chapter 6. The Golden Arrow. The Sheriff of Nottingham, determined to catch Robin Hood, organizes an archery contest with a golden arrow as the prize, knowing Robin won't be able to resist. Despite the obvious trap, Robin enters the contest in disguise. His skill is unmatched, and he wins the golden arrow, much to the sheriff's frustration. After the contest, Robin reveals himself and escapes into the forest with the golden arrow, once again outwitting the sheriff. Chapter 7. Robin Hood and King Richard King. Richard the Lionheart, who has been away on the Crusades, returns to England. Hearing about Robin Hood's deeds, he decides to see for himself if Robin is as noble as people say. Disguised as a monk, the king visits Sherwood Forest. Robin Hood treats the disguised king with great respect, sharing his food and wealth with him. Impressed by Robin's honor and generosity, King Richard reveals his true identity and pardons Robin and his men. The king invites Robin to come to his court, but Robin, preferring the freedom of the forest, politely declines. Chapter 8. The End of the Merry Adventures. As time passes, the merry men begin to go their separate ways. Little John travels to Ireland, and Will Scarlet marries and settles down. Robin Hood grows older, and his once strong body begins to weaken. Eventually, Robin falls ill and seeks refuge at a nearby abbey. The wicked prioress, who is loyal to the Sheriff of Nottingham, betrays Robin by bleeding him excessively, a common but risky treatment at the time. Realizing he is dying, Robin blows his horn one last time to call his faithful friend, Little John. Little John arrives too late to save Robin, but stays with him until the end. With his final strength, Robin shoots an arrow through the abbey window and asks to be buried where the arrow lands. Robin Hood is buried in the forest he loved, and his legend lives on as the champion of the poor and the foe of the corrupt.